How's it going, guys? I'm back out with the Bike Bug Deluxe Meridian, but you might notice that something's missing, and that's because the gas tank's missing. Reason being, in today's video, I'm gonna take you along as I do a little repair on it. And what I'm doing is trying to solve two problems it's giving me. The first is this return line got a tear in it as I was moving the carb around and stuff. And second, even before that, around these bases where they sit on the gas tank, they would leak out gas, both this one and the one up here, which I believe is a vent, because I don't think you'd have two return lines, but I'm not sure. I think it's a vent. But at both of these boots, it wasn't sitting well enough against the tank, and it would always leak gas when the fuel level was above them, which it doesn't get up here unless it's all the way full, but they were leaking out of both of them. I even tried to put some O-rings against them to help them seat better, but they still leaked. So what I'm gonna do to fix that is basically I'm gonna put some plastic fittings on these holes, or in place of these holes. And what I'm gonna do to accomplish that is use these that I found at the auto parts store. They're fuel line connectors, and they have the little plastic nipples at the end. So I'm gonna lop the end off of that and stick it in the hole for the return line and this vent, and that'll give me a fitting without having to worry about the rubber hose having to seal to the tank. So let's go get it done. So I'm gonna take my Dremel and cut it off right here, because it's actually a pretty close fit to the hole already, but I'll have to do a little sanding. What are the odds? Well, I didn't really want to drill out the tank if I didn't have to, but I also don't want to sand this much more because it looks like it's getting pretty thin on that edge right there. So I'm going to resort to boring out the hole on the tank. We're close. And there we go. But before I move on, I'm gonna remove it and take the sanding stick and clean up around the hole and get all this loose plastic out. So now that the bottom fitting is done, we can move up and do the top fitting. But for that, I'm gonna have to go with a different approach because they only had these in either 5/16 or 3/8, and the size I need for this is 1/8. So what I have instead for this is this little adapter piece. It is a 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch adapter, and yesterday I went and put some 2-part epoxy over the 1/4 inch section because it was just too small to friction fit in there like this one does. And I thought I was gonna have to sand it down, but it's actually a perfect fit. So that's that. But of course I'm not just gonna leave them like that, even though they probably would be fine. But I'm gonna take some more 2-part epoxy and put some around each one, and that'll basically make them one with the gas tank. Well, they're both glued in, but that doesn't mean I'm off the hook because this stuff likes to seep everywhere, so I gotta watch it and make sure it doesn't start drooping down the tank and stuff until it starts to set. But they're glued in now, and now it's gonna sit for a few days so it'll fully cure before I put it back onto the engine. Well, it's been about 2.5 days and the epoxy is all cured up and the fittings are both secure. So now we can go back to the bike and reinstall it. So I screwed it on but left it loose so that way I can install my fuel lines. But I can already tell that before I do, I'm gonna have to trim down the lower fitting because I don't think that's gonna be able to bend enough to get right here on the carburetor. I kind of had a feeling I was gonna have to do that, but I wanted to set it on there and see first. This one up here is fine though, but let's take it back off and trim that down. So now that that's taken care of, we can install the fuel lines. Well, the gas tank is now back on the motor and all of the fuel lines are plumbed up. So the only thing left to do now is fill it back with gas and cross my fingers that it doesn't leak. Well, the tank's full again, and you can see where the level of the fuel is right there, well above the bottom fitting. And so far, no leaks. And as for the top fitting, like I mentioned before, the level of the fuel doesn't really get up there, so I'm not really worried about it. The gas is pretty much flowing out of the cap if it's up to there, so if it ever does get up there, it will only ever be rarely that high. The main thing is the fitting down here, and so far it's dry. I'm gonna watch it for the next few minutes and make sure it doesn't spring a leak. Well, it's been about 10 minutes. I went inside and picked up my tools and my tripod and went to get a water and came back out, and it's still just as dry as before. I can put a paper towel to it and it's not wet and it's not blue. That oil would make it turn blue. So no leaks, and if I squeeze the primer bulb, you can also see, by the way, that there is fuel in the line too. So it's not leaking anywhere around the line or the fitting. And if you remember, that fitting is friction fit into the tank, so even though there's epoxy on the outside, it's probably not doing much. It's probably already sealed up by itself. And also, if you look in this line compared to that one, there is no gas in it, so that's why I'm pretty sure it's a vent. But still, I'm not 100% sure, but that leads me to think it's a vent. But anyway, regardless, for both of these, I call that a success. So that's gonna do it for this one. The trike is just about ready to ride, but I'm gonna end it here because this video's main focus was on repairing the gas tank. I'll be putting a video out pretty soon of overviewing and riding the trike once it's all put back together. I still got to put that engine cover on there, but for now I want to thank you for watching and see you in the next one.